first thing you want to do is locate the electrical panel on the back of your dryer, which is right here. It's held on with one 5/16 screw, so we'll take that off. Back behind there, you'll have 3 screws and then a ground that's mounted to the frame. So if you have a 3-wire cord, you're going to hook up these 3 terminals here. If you have a 4-wire cord, you're going to hook up these 3 terminals plus the ground. Right here, you'll notice where the wire goes through. You will want to put a wire strain relief clamp on this, which if you've bought a new cord, they do come with it. If you did not buy a new cord and your one does not currently have it, I recommend you run to the lumber yard or the hardware store, pick up a strain relief for it before you install that. So we'll jump in and show you how to hook both those up. First, we'll start with the 4-wire cord. So when you open it up, you'll notice you've got 4 wires. You have a red and black, a white, and a green. Almost all of the wires, all the cords you buy will have these color wires in there. They do correspond to our terminals. So we have the green, obviously that's the same color. The white goes to this center terminal, which you can tell that piece of metal there is actually silver, whereas the outside 2 are a brass color. So typically with electrical, the brass color represents the hot legs, and in this situation, our red and black are both going to be the positive power, 120 volts on each leg running into our dryer. You also have the strain relief, which comes in this little bag here, and it will go in our opening here as we run that wire through. So we're going to go ahead and get this hooked up. So we're going to start by feeding this through our opening. Now you want to make sure that you get wire tucked in here back far enough to where this sheathing, this black exterior sheathing, is past our opening. That way when we put our clamps on, it's not just clamping down on these individual wires, it's actually clamping down on the entirety of the cord. But we're going to start by hooking this up, and then we'll put the strain relief on. This one works that way. So we'll start with our power wire. Now, it's kind of important to have magnetic bits or a nut driver in this. If you do drop it, if you drop that screw, it's nearly impossible to get. Most appliance stores will sell replacements of these. You can get them on Amazon and sometimes the hardware store. Now, back inside of here, there's just a square nut. Sometimes if you get a little carried away using an impact or whatever it might be, sometimes you can drive that nut out of there and it falls down. Again, a hardware store would have those, or an appliance store, but it turns out to be a fairly large pain to try and get that fish through there. So you want to take that screw out, do one at a time. Go ahead and put it through your eyelet and then put it down. Now if you feel it getting tight before it snugs up, that means you have it cross-threaded and you want to back it out and do it a little straighter, a little slower. But once you get it on there, you do want to make sure that that is tight. So give it a couple good turns. Don't use a drill or an impact. You can damage the nut back there and or the holder that's holding it. So got this white one here. Put the white one on right there in the middle. Again, following the color code on the pieces of metal. The 2 exterior ones are always going to be hot on most dryers made in the United States or sold in the United States. The center is going to be your neutral, which is typically a white wire. So red one goes on the end. Snug it up. And last is the ground. That is a different size, so we'll switch over to the 5/16. Snug it up real good. Try to keep those wires straight so your cover goes back on. Then you'll take your strain relief which typically has a Phillips head connector. And again, you want to make sure that that is pushed up past that opening. So this type of strain relief does go on very easily after the fact. Some of them don't, but you want to get that on there and then start your screws. One more to go. Just hold it in place while you get it tight. And this strain relief is here in case you pull the dryer out from the wall. You don't have tension being made on your connection points up here. The tension is then being made here if it's still plugged in and you've pulled it too far. You don't want to pull those terminals off, especially if it's still plugged in, because it can spark, throw your breaker, or damage the appliance, or hurt somebody as well. So you just want to get that good and tight so it holds it in there. And there you go. Now we'll take and put our cover back on. There it goes. Just like that. Now you got your dryer cord attached, it's hooked up on the inside properly, and it's ready to be plugged in. So always make sure you've got a dryer cord. Those are signified by an L in one of your terminals. So even on the 3-wire, one of those does have an L-shaped prong on it. The range cords have all straights, and we'll show that to you in another video. Now we'll do the 3-wire. We're going to show you how to put on this 3-wire dryer cord now. Big difference between the 3-wire and the 4-wire is the shape, color, the terminals. So you'll notice on the 4-wire cord that you have color-coded terminals. These go to certain areas on the dryer, very easy to identify. However, on the 3-wire, no color code. So you've just got 3 of the exact same wires with brass terminals on them. So how do you know what goes to what? Well, it's real easy, and I'll show you that right now. So first we'll take off our cover. Then we'll slip the cord on in. Now we have 3 terminals and 3 wires. Now on the 3-wire cord, we do not do anything with this ground. This ground is an equipment ground. It's already grounded to the unit. And actually, if you follow the wires back, it comes to the neutral also. Hooking up a 4-wire dryer cord, that ground wire is a little redundant, but it is required by code in some areas. But you'll see we've got 3 wires and 3 terminals, and they line up exactly like they're orientated. So you have 2 outside wires. These outside wires go to your outside terminals. The center wire goes to your center terminal. And this is very important because the 2 outside wires are your hot legs. So you have 120 volts and 120 volts. If you put one of these on the center terminal, it's going to electrify the cabinet of the dryer. So because it is connected back to our equipment ground. So outside wires only go on the outside terminals. That's 120 volts on each side. Those are your hot legs. Those are the only place that those go. So we'll just take these screws out. Again, it's a good idea to have a magnetic screwdriver, a nut driver. If you drop a screw down inside of here, it turns into a much longer project than it should be. So, but you'll go ahead and get that screw into the eyelet, set it into the nut that's back there. Start it pretty slow so it doesn't cross thread, and then just run it in until it's snug, and then give it another turn or so to tighten it up. So if it helps you keep things straight, you might go ahead and hook up the exterior ones first. Your hot legs. So we'll put that one in there and do the exact same thing. Go ahead and snug it up give it a little turn, and then that just leaves us with our neutral wire. So we'll back that out. Screw, again, notice the silver metal. That's going to be for our neutral. And it just goes in just like that. Snug it up, give it a little bit extra. You don't want to crank it down so tight that it ends up stripping the nut or the screw, because then you have another problem. And then we don't want to forget our strain relief either. Strain relief keeps it from tension happening on our terminals here. It makes it to where, you know, there's tension here. So when you pull that dryer out from the wall, if it's still plugged in, it's not going to cause any issue with the pulling on the connections for our wires. So we'll go ahead and put that strain relief in. It's got 2 screws. Always install these strain reliefs, even if you don't have one. Just run to the store and grab one. Walmart probably has them. Lumberyard, Ace, Menards, wherever's close to you. But it is rather important to make sure these are installed. If you pull that dryer out from the wall and it pulls off one of our terminals, it could ground against the frame and electrify the frame of the dryer and could potentially hurt somebody or cause equipment damage. So get that clamp installed properly. And then we can put our cover back on. There it goes. Now, not every dryer is going to be exactly the same as this, but they're all going to be very similar. And there you go. You got your 3-wire cord put on. Again, you want to make note of a dryer cord. So you have the L-shaped prong on this one as well. And that signifies that it is a dryer cord. These all have different amperages to them. Never install a dryer cord on a range, because the wire cannot handle the current of a range. So be aware of that. Thanks for watching. Check out our video on the range cord installation if you want to watch it. If you got any questions, let me know. Thanks.